Alright, this is John Kohler with the okraw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and I did another produce haul, and today is Black Friday, yeah, the day after Thanksgiving. John Kohler is not shopping at malls. Actually, I didn't even shop online or buy anything except my produce. Produce and plants, in my opinion, are worth a lot more than all the stuff you're gonna buy at a mall and all these gadgets and gizmos that probably you don't really need. Today in this episode, what I'm going to do for you guys, and I'm not even home yet actually, I'm like stopped mid-route and the sun's going down, so I wanted to show you guys actually how I packed the car today. Pretty nice. Actually, I got one layer down at the bottom of basically fruits and vegetables, I think mostly fruits, and then I got a top layer of all my plants. Let's see, on the top we got, I think, 7 flats of different plants I'll be planting out in my garden. If you go down to where I got the CPG Nursery in Norwalk, California, you guys are gonna get the amazing price of $12.50 per flat, which is amazing. It's 6 packs, and these are jumbo 6 packs, nice healthy plants, like the healthiest I found around. We got the pak choi. We got basically a salad, micro green salad blend mix. We got actually my favorite edible flowers. These are like tiger pansies, so they have like a really cool look to them. I wasn't gonna get them, but if they had the tiger pansies, I was gonna get them. And then I got Apollo Napa cabbage. So I make every year. I make a lot of kimchi that'll basically last me through the year. I still have kimchi from last year of cabbage I grew. I got these really cool peas, and I'm not pulling stuff out. It's just way too windy. We got pea sugar magnolia. And these are edible snap peas, and they are purple. So that's really cool. I want to encourage you guys to eat more purple foods. And then in the back, basically, we just got 2 flats of lettuce. So that's like, I don't know, 72 plants or something like that. And that's pretty much it for the plants. Down below, we got all the produce. I'm not pulling that out. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna drive all the rest of the way home. Once I get home, we're gonna unload it. The plants are gonna go to the backyard. I'll go inside and I'll bring inside all the boxes of produce and all the other cool things I got. And I'll share with you guys what I got on Black Friday produce haul. All right, so I got back, got the car all unloaded, got the plants in the backyard, and now I'm gonna share with you guys actually what I got on my produce haul. Now, I share these produce haul with you guys to let you guys know a few things. Number one, you guys can save incredible amounts of money by shopping and buying in bulk at a local wholesale produce terminal near you. Unfortunately, they're not in most cities. Let's see, LA, San Francisco. I've been to one in like Houston, wasn't so good. I don't know, let's see, I think I went to one in like Cleveland, Baltimore. The big one's in New York, like outside New York City. And so, number one, I want to encourage you guys to shop at wholesale produce terminals if you have that. Number two, I want to encourage you guys to buy by the case at a local grocery store. You know, even many grocery stores, you know, can special order and or sell things by the case. You have to talk to the produce manager. Some may do it, some may not. Some may give you some incredible discounts when doing that. I find that generally smaller health food stores are more apt to work with people and give a better discount than like big chain stores, for example. And then the other thing I want to show you guys actually in this video, one of my purposes is to show you guys, like, I don't just eat bananas and dates all day, right? I get as many different types of fruits and vegetables as I possibly can into me, because each fruit or vegetable is different and amazing in its own respect. I mean, they have diets called the grape cure diet, you know, where people just eat nothing but mono meal grapes, and people get better because of that, and that's because, in my opinion, they're improving what they were eating. But more importantly, also, you know, there's different phytonutrients in grapes. And then also over on this side, we got persimmons. And high chia persimmons, you know, rich in beta carotene. They are orange after all. And so that's my motivation for doing this, and just also just for fun, share with you guys what I'm eating and what kind of deals you guys might get if you go to the LA Produce Terminal. If you guys live anywhere in the vicinity, even an hour or two away, I would encourage you guys to drive at least once a month to check it out and go there. Alright, and videos are down below if you want to learn how to shop that. And I always get the question, John, how do you store all your food so it doesn't go bad? Once again, check the links down below. You guys can see how I store my food. I also have a freeze dryer that unfortunately just broke, so I called them up, and I talked to them even on a Saturday, and they're sending me the parts, so I should get that up and running soon. And a lot of this food actually I bought specifically to freeze dry because it's going to be insane freeze-dried. Maybe fresh, not so good, but freeze-dried, it's going to be amazing. So, anyways, on with the show. Let me show you guys what I got. The first thing I got when I got there, I was just so excited when I saw this. Basically, this is a box of ripe Chia persimmons. And some of these guys, like this guy, is ripe and ready to eat. Now, these are the acorn style persimmons, and they need to be soft and mushy before eating. And this would be a ripe one, so you guys see the color on that. And I know the other reason why I make these is to educate you guys. And here's one that's not ripe. So this one's kind of firm. You could kind of depress it a little bit, like maybe a barely ripe avocado. But this one's super ripe. You could kind of see it gets more translucent and really deep, rich orange. So all these guys are basically going to get laid out, single layer, you know, and I'm going to basically check them every day to see when they ripen up, and I'm going to eat them as they ripen. And they're actually quite delicious. Yeah, you got to try persimmons. It is now persimmon season. I usually don't like to buy persimmons until at least December. Most times I harvest them too early when they're not full of color and they just don't have a sweetness. Like I went to the farmer's market a couple weeks ago, bought persimmons in San Francisco, and like they weren't even good. Like they look good, but they weren't even good. Anyways, this box of 25 pounds of persimmons were $18, and I got it because I saw it first and I was so excited. But then later I saw this same box, you know, for like 16 later on from a different vendor. So I always like to walk the whole place first and then go back and get things later unless I think it's an amazing deal or they're going to run out. All right. Next case I got here, different story. We got a whole case of organic grapes here. These are green seedless. And this is basically, this box is 19 pounds and it was $8. So can't beat that with a stick. Organic grapes. You know, I like juicing some grapes. Freeze drying grapes is the best use I found of them by far. You know, I like these because they're convenient. Now I can basically have a to-go bag. If I'm running out the door and I need some food to go, I just grab a bag, I'm out the door, and I'm good to go. So probably the biggest score I made at the produce terminal were organic mangoes this trip. I love mangoes. I'll eat conventional mangoes that aren't organic, but I prefer to eat organic mangoes whenever possible. It's just better farming practices. Although the mangoes sometimes may taste better, although sometimes they may taste worse, depending on when they are harvested. Most important tip I could give you for getting mangoes is get them when they're ripe, because sometimes they just pick them far too early and they just never really ripen up and they're just really not good. Alright? So these ones to me look decent, and at this point I hadn't really bought anything yet. This was like maybe my second thing I purchased at the terminal. And I hadn't checked all the stalls yet. But yeah, these guys look pretty good. I think they're going to ripen up fine. And it was basically a box of organic mangoes, 10 pieces for $8. So that's definitely less than $1 each, and definitely a good deal. Alright, so you thought I had enough mangoes already? You're wrong. So later around when I was walking around, I found these mangoes, which are even riper. These are actually ripe and ready to eat now, like no waiting. So, you know, I always like to have food that I can eat now and some that could ripen up in like a week or 2 weeks to eat later. And look at the color on these babies. These are also organic. These are actually a 12 count per case. Same farmer or whatever like that. A little bit smaller mangoes, and that's fine with me. And when I walked up, the guy's like, these are $6. And then I was maybe like, I already got some mangoes, and $6 is not really, only $2 cheaper. And these are smaller and they're riper. And some of them are starting to have like black spots on there, which is not a good sign. You don't want to get mangoes with black spots, because that means they might be black on the inside of the mango, which means you can still eat it, but they're probably on their way out really fast. These guys are on their way out really fast. That being said, my goal was to buy these, bring them home, and just chuck them in the freeze dryer, and then have freeze dried mangoes probably like blow away at least 10 pounds in one freeze dryer filling. Unfortunately, my freeze dryer broke when I got home, so I've got to get that fixed. So these are going to sit around, and I'm probably going to be eating mangoes today. Anyways, the reason why I got these guys is because the guy gave them to me for $5 a case, so that's $5 for 12 pieces of mangoes. Definitely an incredible deal. And if I don't get my freezer up and running, I'll basically just cut these and then freeze the fruits, and then once they're frozen, I could then put them in the freeze dryer with minimal nutrient loss, although I'd rather put them in the freeze dryer fresh. Yeah, I love mangoes. One of my favorite recipes with mangoes is just a mango pepper dressing, which I also have a lot of peppers in my garden right now. Just red bell pepper and mango, maybe like a hot pepper in there. 2 ingredients, amazing dressing. If you want to spice it up, you know, you could put other things in there, add a handful of nuts or something. But that's like a really good non-fat salad dressing. But I do encourage you guys actually to eat some fat with your salads so you'll have greater absorption of the phytonutrients in your salad. Alright, so I know you're thinking, you're like, John, are you a fruitarian because you buy so much fruit? Well, you know, I eat a lot of fruit because fruit is where I get the majority of my calories from, but I also eat plenty of vegetables, especially the leafy greens this time of year coming right out of my backyard that taste so amazing. My spinach, it's to live for, and I wish you were here to taste test like the spinach, like store-bought spinach, like organic earthbound in the spring mix, you know, box versus like mine. It like blows it away completely. But I do like to juice and also eat lots of vegetables as well. And here we have a case of organic cucumbers. This case of organic cucumbers is looking pretty nice. These guys are mostly going to get juiced on up. Important to store your produce properly when you get it home. And the standard fridge would be too cold, so I'm going to put this in my warmer fridge. It's hovering around like 45 to 50 degrees, and that's going to be perfect to store these cucumbers for at least a week or so while I get to juice them all. And this case of cucumbers, 23 pounds for $9. Alright, so my next score at the produce terminal is probably what I'm most happy about actually at the produce terminal anyways. I got dragon fruits. I don't know why everybody loves dragon fruits. I mean, they look so cool. I mean, you gotta admit, these guys look really cool. And these dragon fruits are the red on the inside, so that's really good. And these guys came all the way from Israel, which is totally insane. And the Israeli dragon fruits, based on my research, is not irradiated, whereas Vietnamese dragon fruits are irradiated. So this whole case, each case of dragon fruits, which is 4 kilograms, which is basically 8.5 pounds, was $14. The first place I saw these dragon fruits, they were like 20 bucks, and I just like, I'll come back and get those later. And luckily I found them for 14 bucks, but then a booth after this one had them for 13 bucks. But when I looked at the $13 ones, they had actually a lot more mold growth, which, you know, I'm not going to save $1 to have like a lot more mold. I want to buy less mold, and I'm glad to spend a little bit more money because these guys are going to have to last. And these guys store pretty well, you know, in the fridge. If they're not damaged, like these guys have very minimal damage, I'll be able to store these easily for a week or two in my fridge with a Berry Breeze ozonator that's killing all the mold and spores and these guys. And then, yeah, so as it goes, I'm going to just pick out the ones that are going bad. I mean, here's one with a bad spot I'll probably eat first. And I'll get to enjoy the dragon fruit. And if I don't get to eat them all fresh, then they're going to get freeze-dried, and freeze-dried dragon fruit is the bomb. I've been having a lot of fun with my freeze dryer. Thumbs this video up if you want me to do a freeze-dried video taste testing all the different foods I've freeze-dried to date. So the last 2 items I got at the produce terminal, and for me this is like a really like low produce terminal haul. I really didn't buy much because it's just for me, and you know, and I still ended up overbuying anyways, but there's like so much good stuff. I pretty much got the best of what I want to get. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So what I got next are bananas, and you're like, John, I thought you hate bananas. Well, yeah, so you know, there's things I'd rather eat instead of bananas, and I'm gonna make an upcoming video titled Why I'd Rather Drink Carrot Juice Instead of Bananas, so you have to wait for that one and my reasons. But most bananas don't taste so good. The standard bananas are Cavendish, and if you are going to eat bananas, I would encourage you guys to get different kinds. So over here we have the baby bananas, and these guys, check them out, man. Once again, peak ripeness, and I thought I got a good deal last trip I went to the terminal. I got them for 10. This time they're even a little bit riper, and I got this whole case for $6. And this case, I think, is like 15 pounds. So that's actually quite a deal. And then over on this side, we have a case of red bananas. Yes, bananas come in red, and these actually have a deeper color flesh on the inside, as evidenced by the outside, although it's not like deep red on the inside. It's kind of like, you know, white, kind of like pink, maybe like light pink on the inside. So they have red tinges, which means they are more nutrient dense. So I always want to encourage you guys to eat your foods of color. I'd rather eat red bananas than probably the babies, but the babies are probably going to be sweeter. But the reds, they have a unique flavor, so I want to encourage you guys to try them if you haven't before. This box was basically 20 pounds of red bananas for 10 bucks. So always when I make the trip to LA, I always stop at multiple places. I don't just go to the produce terminal and come home. You know, I buy plant starts, I buy produce. I also try to visit farmers markets if they are open. When I was there, I was over a holiday, so they were not there. But I was able to stop at one of my favorite places. It's Cal Poly Pomona Farm Store in Pomona. And what I got there was I got tangerines that are actually already in my stomach and probably went through me because they were eating on the way home. And I got some lettuce and some cabbage. But also I got their lemons. So they have the standard lemons here, which are actually nice and large. They're 4 for $1. And then I got these guys, which are the variegated lemons. So they're pretty cool. You know, here's a variegated and here's a standard, so you guys can see the difference. And then I got a new fruit actually that I don't believe I've tried before. I love sweet limes, but these are not sweet limes. Instead, these are actually called sweet lemons. So I have eaten a lot of sweet limes in my time and I love them. I've never tried a sweet lemon, so I picked out like the 4 best ones, and they're 4 for $1 once again. I like to use lemons in dressings and also in my juices occasionally. And also, you know, lemon juice in water or coconut water just makes it that much better, all right? So that's Cal Poly Pomona's deal. And then also, I stopped at the grocery outlet. So the grocery outlet, bargain market, that's their logo thing. You know, I love that store. They're really cool. They have like what's called a NOSH section. It's like a natural and organic section. And they get weird stuff sometimes. Sometimes I go in there, they have like nothing I'm going to even put in my body. They also have produce, but I'm going to the terminal and some other place that you don't get produce there. But this time they had these guys, and these guys are pretty fun. Check it out, man. What are these guys? This is Hungry Buddha coconut jerky, and it says raw, gluten-free, refined, sugar-free. So I was like, wow, it's raw. I'm like, what the heck's in here? So I like, you know, I still read ingredients when things are in a package, although I try to buy foods without ingredient labels. And it says ingredients: organic coconut meat, organic date paste. I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty good. Organic coconut sugar. Oh, that's not so good. Organic lime juice concentrate. You know, that's all right. Sea salt, organic sweet red pepper, organic garlic powder, organic white pepper, organic jalapeno powder. I'm like, wow, man, you know, this is like pretty good. Like the main sweetener is date paste, but they do have the organic coconut sugar. And you know, I want to like call them out, man, because it says raw, gluten-free, refined, sugar-free. So to me, coconut sugar, it's still refined. It's highly refined, right? It's not super natural. Date paste, I would say that's not refined sugar, but coconut sugar, you're literally concentrating and refining the sap from the coconut palm, and it's extracted sugar. Even if it isn't refined white sugar, let's not joke ourselves. It's not healthy for you. We want to get fruits and sweetness. We want to get sweetness, from fresh fruits or dried fruits, preferably. That's way better. But I don't know how much these guys sell for near you, but you know, at the grocery outlet, these are only like $1. These are 99 cents each. So then I actually opened a pack up in the store. I don't usually do that. And I tried one. I'm like, okay, I'll buy the one I opened. If it's good, then I'll buy more. And if it's not good, then I'm not. And basically what it is, it's basically just young coconut meat, actually. You know, they basically marinated in this mixture and then dehydrated. So it's actually quite good. I was kind of impressed. They have a couple different flavors. They have the jalapeno lime. They have a naked simple flavor. And then I think, oh, they had a weird flavor. Oh, they had 2 more flavors. They had the teriyaki flavor, and they have the cacao flavor. I don't know if I'm going to like the cacao flavor. That's kind of like more of a dessert jerky. But I think it's cool, you know, making jerky out of anything else other than animals, I think is a good thing. I think, you know, instead of young coconut meat jerky, which is really cool, but when I tasted it, the challenge was I didn't really get the seasonings. I still got the coconut, you know, young coconut meat flavor, which is good. I like young coconut meat flavor. The texture was good. Actually, overall, this stuff was good. You know, I'm not gonna like eat all of it in one shot, but I might keep, you know, a pack or 2 in the car in case I'm out and I don't have any fresh fruit to eat. Hey, filling in with some of this, or like using some of this in with a salad to get some healthy fats and some additional flavors would totally be a good thing. So, you know, I'm not adverse to eating packaged foods, although I really rarely buy any kind of packaged foods. Most of my food is actually all fresh. Alright, so I have saved the best for last, and despite getting all the good deals that I did, and the coconut jerky, and all the dragon fruit, and mangoes for super cheap, my favorite produce and items I got are actually in this box right here, right? This box right here, it's just a mixture and a hodgepodge of different items, and the reason why I like it is for 2 reasons. Number 1, it was free 99. I didn't pay a cent for any of these fruits. Some of them I've harvested myself on a farm, some of them were given to me at a farm. The sugar cane I was actually given, and then actually in here you're like, John, what do you, man, you drink coffee? And I don't drink coffee, that's so bad for me. Let me shake it. What's in there? Can you guys guess? Alright, I'll show you guys what's in there. Walnuts. Walnuts are probably the nut that are highest in omega-3 fatty acids. Doesn't mean you should overeat them. But the reason why I have these is because at the hotel I stay at, they have like a free breakfast. Now I won't really eat anything on the breakfast bar. Maybe I'll grab a piece of like fruit or bananas or something if I'm super hungry, but normally I'd rather eat my own fruit because it's higher quality. But many hotels now have like a breakfast bar, and they'll have like walnuts, like a little container of walnuts that you could scoop out, and I guess they mean you to scoop it out and put it on your oatmeal or something. But I just basically take them all because that's actually the only thing I'll eat. So I fill up a little cup so nobody can see that I'm taking a whole bunch of walnuts and just walk away with them. So I eat that later when I get hungry on my trip. In addition, aside from the sugar cane and my sugar cane juice that I got at Fresh Canes in Rosemead, check my Instagram if you are not already, instagram.com/growingyourgreens or @growingyourgreens. I had a cool picture at Fresh Canes picking up my sugarcane juice. Yeah, I love sugarcane juice. Despite being sugarcane juice, it actually is mostly water with vitamins and minerals. And yes, it has some sweetness in there, but orange juice actually has more sugar than sugarcane juice. Also in here, let me go ahead and explain what I got. Got a hodgepodge of stuff. So mostly was from this farm called Whisper Farms in LA. And that's like these Forte avocados. I love the Forte avocados. So this is like one of the parents of the Haas. So these are like rich and fatty and creamy. I got those from there, and then they picked me a whole bunch of the navel oranges. They picked me some pomelos. I got these passion fruits from them, as well as one pomegranate. And I got these guys, which are the finger limes. Yes, these are fruits, and inside these finger limes, you open it up, they look like little caviar balls. It's the weirdest thing. Check the link down below to the video I made at Whisper Farms, and I talk more about picking a ripe finger lime and what they taste like, right? And then in addition, on this trip, I also went to Exotica Fruit Tree Nursery in Vista, California, and my buddy there hooked me up with some fruits, although normally they don't, give fruit away. You gotta usually, I think, they don't usually sell fruit, they just sample it out. But you could buy your trees there. So I got some of these, basically coffee cake persimmons, and these, although they look like fuyus, they need to soften before you eat them, so I definitely will be letting them get soft before I eat them. And then also I got these avocados. I don't know what variety these avocados are, but they're probably some kind of Mexican avocado because they actually have a smooth skin on there. And we're just going to go ahead and let those ripen up and eat. Oh, and then not pictured, I still have in the car, I forgot to bring in, I got a whole bunch, some fajoas, or pineapple guavas from Exotica Fruit Tree Nursery. That being said, I also brought back 60 pounds of fajoas from my California place. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode, right? You guys saw what I'm eating, you saw what I'm growing, and once again, at the end of this video, I just want to encourage you guys to try to, increase the amount of varieties of produce that you guys are eating, right? If they got that dragon fruit at Whole Foods, you haven't ever tried it, hey, get one. You're probably going to get a white one. If you haven't tried that different bok choy or cellulose lettuce before at the Asian market, get it. I want you guys to experience all the different flavors of fruits and vegetables, as well as provide your body the nutrients that are in all of them. And that's why I make these videos for you guys, and I want to show you guys good deals. Also what I'm eating for those of you guys that are curious, but also the wide range of produce that I get to hopefully encourage you guys to widen your varieties. Alright, so I gotta run. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, want me to do more produce hauls, because I know some of you guys like my plant and produce haul videos, hey, thumbs this video up. Also be sure to share this video with somebody else that might inspire them to eat more fruits and vegetables as well. Be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on my new and upcoming episodes. I'll come out every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up or we'll be learning on my YouTube channel. And make sure you click that little bell. Even if you thought you clicked that bell before, make sure you click that bell so you actually get a notification, because YouTube will unnotify people sometimes for whatever reason. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge, over 500 episodes at this time. Teach you guys all aspects on why you guys should be and how to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables so you guys could be as healthy as possible. So with that, my name is John Kohler with okraw.com. We'll see you next time. Until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best.